Now, the Kenya Kwanza team had a PG today, and they have nominated a panel to represent them during the bipartisan talks against Azimio. Now, shock to us and shock to many, the big names of UDA and Kenya Kwanza are nowhere to be seen. I'm talking about Kimani Ichung'wah. I'm talking about the likes of Cheriot, Ndindi Nyoro. Those members, that serious face of UDA is nowhere to be seen. They have nominated ordinary members to represent them during these talks. And the people have been nominated include Boni Kalwali, who is the Senator of Kakamega. We have Murungara George, who is an MP of Tharaka. We have Mwengi Mutesi, who is from Kibwezi. We have Hilary Sengei, who is the Bomet Senator. We have Adan Kainan, who is from Eldas. And then we have Esio Kinyuri, who I think is representing the youths and women also in this panel. We also have Lydia Aika from Taita Taveta. Now, we want to look at the significance of this matter. Why has Kenya Kwanza decided to go for the ordinary members of the party rather than using its heavyweights, rather than using those people that, the faces that represent the chama, especially those that have positions in the party? Because, as for Azimio, they went for their top cream. They went for those people who, have a significance in their party. Now, we are going to look at the significance of this and what is the likelihood of the eventuality of this matter. Now, but before we look into that, if you're new to this channel, subscribe so that when we do another video like this one, YouTube will automatically inform you. Now, by President William Ruto removing the face of Kenya Kwanza from this bipartisan talks, and I mean the face of Kenya Kwanza, we are talking about Cheriot in the Senate and Kimani Ichung'wah in the Parliament, National Parliament. By him removing these individuals and other people like Ndindi Nyoro, Silvana Sosoro from these engagements, it means that they're trying to deny these talks or these bipartisan talks the seriousness they deserve. They're also trying to counter the misinformation out there by media that, they have been having a narrative that Kenya Kwanza is interested in a handshake, or there's a likelihoodness of having President William Ruto shaking hands with Raila Amolo Odinga. And that is the narrative that they're trying to fight here. Now, even from the press briefing that happened outside status of after the PG, it's very significant to note that the president was missing. As the chairman of this PG, he ought to have come out and address media and Kenyans on what they had agreed. But he chose Kimani Ichung'wah and the Senator Cheriot to come out and address the media. Now, from the address, you can see clearly that they have a hard stand still position. They are saying that in the issues or on the demands of Azimio, issue number one on the issue of unga and cost of living, they're telling Azimio that you lack the local standard, you lack the expertise, you lack the knowledge to advise us on the issues to do with the cost of living, because you were part and parcel of a government that saw the cost of living going upwards. On the issues of opening servers, they said as parliamentarians, they don't have the jurisdiction to open servers. And if Raila Amolo Odinga wants the servers to be opened, he knows the avenue, he knows the constitutional institution that has powers to direct to, the opening of the servers. And they also say that that issue was addressed in parliament. And then on the issue of Cherera 4, they told them that parliament doesn't have the powers to reinstate anybody who voluntarily, resigned or was removed from office through a constitutional process. And as you can see, they have a standstill position. And on the issue of even the issue that they have agreed to engage on, the issue of to deal with the reconstruction of IEBC, they were very clear. And they said that the people they have nominated to represent them should be, they should stick to the constitution and the rules that guide on the reconstruction of IEBC. They should not go beyond the rule of law. And what they're saying here is that the law that applied during the selection of this Cherera 4, the law that Raila and Uhuru Kenyatta brought to abuse the constitution, is the same law that is going to be used. In short, what they are saying is there is no discussion that is going to happen. There are no issues that we are going to agree on here for various reasons. And more so, they want to be sticklers of the law. They want to stick to the law. And that is how they're going to defeat Azimio, because they will tell them as government, we don't want to engage in anything that is illegal, in anything that is extra-constitutional. We are going to be sticklers of the law. And if we follow the law to the letter, as Kenya Kwanza is coming out, I don't think there will be a solution to any of the demands that our brothers from Azimio are trying to raise. So what I'm saying here is, as much as the president is not going to have a direct conversation with the Azimio leader, I don't see whether they will be able to iron their issues out. Now, from this selection of ordinary members of the party, what do I think is going to be the end game? The end game is that Azimio is likely to pull out of this conversation. They'll feel like they've been insulted. They'll feel like, you see, we were ready. We brought our best, our top cream to these engagements, but Kenya Kwanza have decided to give us ordinary members, most of them being first member MPs in parliament. So they will feel like they have been insulted, and they will pull out of this engagement. And that is what I think the Kenya Kwanza team is trying to pursue. Is trying to make, the goal is trying to make Raila Amolo Odinga to look like he's unrealistic, and make Raila Amolo Odinga look like he's not interested in this discussion. Because at the end of the day, the Kenya Kwanza team will argue that it's not Raila Amolo Odinga to decide on who to represent our team. It's not up to him to decide on who he should engage with through their wisdom, through, parliament. It's not like it's the president who sat down and nominated these people. It's their PG. All members of parliament and the Senate sat down and saw it wise to have this selection of MPs to represent them. So we are going to see a back and forth between Azimio and Kenya Kwanza. Azimio is likely to go back to the streets. It will be interesting to see how this talks goes. But I can tell you from my end, as much as Raila Amolo Odinga is not talking with Ruto directly, that they are addressing each other through press conferences, they're addressing themselves through church services, and they're not having this direct conversation with each other. I don't think that we're going to have a solution to the demands of Raila Amolo Odinga and Azimio, as much as they don't have a direct conversation. And Ruto will avoid a direct conversation, because a direct conversation will mean a handshake. He will not want to meet Raila Amolo Odinga for whatever discussions. So as much as they're going to hold their ground that way, I don't think we will have solutions to the demands of Raila Amolo Odinga and the Azimio team. But keep it here, subscribe, so that when we do another video like this, YouTube will automatically inform you. Thank you.